Hello and welcome to Fight for Blight Session 2. Still in the midst of our training program, but since the last session we had was quite a few weeks ago, a couple weeks ago on the 21st, let's see how everyone's holidays and New Year's were before we get into tonight's game. We'll start with about Varek.
It was alright. Got a lot of time to myself. That was pretty cool. Got some time off work. I can't complain.
Nice. Did you get to do you have to stay on base or are you on leave?
Nah, I got a week off. I had to work one week and I was off the next week. But nah, I don't stay on base, so
Well, that's good. I understand how some of it works, but not fully, obviously. Cryptili, how was your holidays and New Year?
Oh, everything's been pretty good. We had a really good holiday. First Christmas at the house, so that was pretty fun. Bad part
Yeah.
is they still haven't fixed our sink.
Oh no. How was it with all of the kids and things?
It's been pretty good. I think they got a lot of the things that they wanted, and they got to spend a lot of time with the family, so it was nice.
All right, we're gonna skip over the outcast real quick. And May, is there anything you'd like to add on to that?
No, it was good. First Christmas in the books. It was nice.
All right, then we'll flip it back over to you, just Stalin.
All right. Yeah, it was busy to say the least. A mix of teleworking, visiting my girlfriend's family for Christmas, and then for New Year's we visited my family. So, um, yeah, a bit of traveling, but plenty of family time. It was good, good stuff.
Nice. Adashi, how about you?
It was good. I have a 5-month-old, so it was her first Christmas, so it was fun. But yeah, keeping busy. Busy with 3 kids, so. And I got to work during the holidays too, so it was good. Great. Love
Gotta
to stay
love it.
busy.
Crix, what about you?
It was pretty good. I got some time off work. I ate way too much food. All the standard stuff. Saw family. It was nice, refreshing.
All right. Well, that's all good. Glad everyone had a good couple weeks just hanging out. Everyone sounds like they spent a lot of time with family. Me, I get to do lots of traveling for my family time. Getting to go to everyone's houses individually is a fun time. Not to mention all the meals. It's great.
Hmm.
But with that, like I said, our last session was on the 21st. So we'll see how you guys can do for the recap of what you guys had accomplished last session. And the more you name, the more experience you guys will get. But if there's anything you missed, I have some notes of my own written down. But I'll open up to the floor to each of you, and so you can do a little bit of recap. Don't everybody jump at once.
Oh, well, I have notes,
I know you do.
so I can start us off. But essentially, we started off on the first day of spring, Adashi's birthday. He's the youngest.
Woohoo.
He's finally of age. And so now,
Hey, Julia.
because all of 7 of us are of age, we're able to go. Our father, the king, has deemed it time for us to go and train.
Well, in terms of experience, I remember knocking out a guard without killing him, so that has to count for something.
Yeah, that is one thing you guys did. Go over to the arena to start your training.
Combat training.
Do
Yep.
some combat training with the guards. That didn't seem to be much of a match for each of you. But then presented with the gnolls at the end.
Mm.
The gnolls. I was like, there's a large gap in my notes. I did take some, you know, I just try to remember the images, but
We were shown several different varieties of gnolls and told that different things from the same species could be very different opponents. So it's wise to, take note of when we come across something that's stronger or maybe looks a little different than we've seen before. That was a good piece of advice we got.
Mm-hmm.
like essentially there's a super jacked gnoll that we should potentially not engage in battle.
Those
yet.
were the examples given, mechanically speaking, which, like Crix was saying, observing the enemies because there might be something more formidable than each of you, and it may not necessarily catch your eye. Just for like a good example, a wizard may not look very intimidating, but without knowing the extent of their spells, could be a very potentially deadful opponent. So, the only other thing I wanted to add in before we get going into seeing how you all handle these gnolls is when speaking to your father, King Errol Grimhearth, and you did notice that while, in technically speaking, while Adashi might be the youngest of the elves, Stalin is definitely the youngest out of everybody here, but your father seemed to pay no mind to that detail. Whether or not that proves to be something important, we'll find out. So, got pretty much everything covered. So, we'll jump back into game with this. You hear Leah Loyalar give a little bit of a whistle, and as the clinks of the platform that brought up the white-furred knoll begins to be lowered down, the portcullis directly to your west begins rising. And as it does, you can see the gnolls clawing and snarling at the portcullis as it's making its way up. Listen, you all have nothing to fear here. If anything was to go wrong, I'm right here. And with that, we'll go ahead and roll initiative. So if you remember, if you select your token beforehand and then roll initiative, it will add it for you automatically.
So it's not just 1d20?
No, because it's it's got
Oh,
your
the initiative.
Yeah, your initiative has your dexterity modifier added to it as well, which
Right,
means
right.
that you could have like what Adashi has, like a +2 or a +3. I think yours is a +2.
Let's see if mine followed through. Oh, only 5. That sucks.
Is there a way to fix mine? Because I try to get mine to not roll advantage every time, but I can't get the setting to change. I think it's a roll 20 setting.
So
And
yeah,
I've
if you
gone
go into your sheet on Roll20, you can click the little cogwheel and hit toggle Corey, I believe it is. But I can adjust it for you, which is probably a little bit easier.
Yeah, I have it set to like never roll advantage, like on roll queries, but for some reason it keeps doing it. So I don't really know how to fix it.
Also, I forgot to click my token.
Yep, I got you added. Okay, so just going from the top, we have Crix at a 17, which I don't believe you clicked yours either. So let me add yours. Then I got Maze, Varex is 19. You got yours is good. Just Stalin, you got yours in there. And then Adashi, I know I got yours. I need Kertilis.
We were just trying to figure out because he was trying to do it on D&D Beyond, and it didn't transfer. So I can't remember if he installed it on Chrome or Firefox.
Yeah, that sounds more like me last week. So I had the same issue.
It's fine. If he has it, he might need to refresh the Roll20, and then what that'll do is make sure that he didn't load it in the improper order, but he may not have it.
It's not popping up for me just now. I'm gonna download it again. Sorry.
You're fine.
Well, for now, while that downloads, I'll just do it on Roll20, D20 plus 2.
Yeah, I think that's right for you. Nothing's happening yet. We're gonna start combat just as soon as we get the last roll. Nice. Okay. So that should be everybody. Forgot him. All right. All right. So at the top of the turn order for round 1, we do have the heir to the throne, Varek.
All right. I gotta remember how to do things.
No problem. Now, don't forget you only have so far that you can move in one turn. But if you need to wait for your opponent to approach, remember what we learned last time.
Sorry, I'm trying to remember how to attack.
You let me know which one you're attacking and what you're using, which I would imagine a bow. or ranged if you're going to be at that distance. And then you click from your D&D Beyond sheet, it'll say like +5 for the attack.
I'm gonna use my short sword and attack the one that's in front of me.
You got to get closer.
Oh no, you just moved towards me.
Yeah,
That's your family member.
That's
you're
your
trying to
family.
He's your brother.
All right,
These
pause.
right
We're
here.
fighting the dude that's in front of my dude, right?
The kobolds, the beast.
These over to your west. This
Oh.
one that was like the white one that was like right behind you had gotten lowered back down at the same time the portcullis was coming up. So I just removed him from the map for you. So less confusion.
Okay, we're fighting the things on the. All right, got it.
Yeah, imagine them being like underneath that like wooden structure. And then where like this gate is right here, this is being raised up and they're behind it.
Close the gate.
All right, my bad. I'm gonna use my bow then.
Okay. Unfortunately, the that is your damage roll. That was a good damage roll. I need your attack first.
Okay, my bad.
Unfortunately, the 7's a miss. As you draw back on the bow, knocking an arrow, you step it from behind your brother and sister, moving in between them, and you let loose. Unfortunately, it like just hits the portcullis right before it like breaks that like line of sight with their heads, and you just see it like spark as it ricochets off. You got a little bit of movement left if you'd like to use it. Good choice.
Yes.
Is that it for your turn?
Yeah, that's it. My bad.
No, you're fine. Which will bring us to one of the gnolls who will go here, here, close the gap here, and then use his dash to go ahead and get to this location, which will then be the end of his turn.
All right, I'm gonna try and bring my glaive down on it.
All right. Swings and maybe the gnoll kind of rushing up into your face, and you see like the spattle or the spittle coming out from its jowls, like kind of like spatters against your chest, and you're unable to find purchase. Being a little thrown off from its charging technique.
Okay, with that, I'm going to end my turn.
That's only one. Pretty sure there's another 5 in there. One for each of you. Tilly.
At that, since I had already moved back a little bit, I'm going to take my crossbow and attack that gnoll that's right in front of us.
Alright, your attack roll? Well, I guess it depends on what you're doing. Exactly. Alright, yes, your crossbow. I forgot you said that. 20? That'll hit. Go ahead and roll me your damage.
Wait a minute.
That's
I don't know
not
why I
right.
did unarmed strike. That's funny.
All right. I was gonna say like that threw me off because it said bludgeoning, and I was like, that's not right.
Yeah, that wasn't. It was unarmed strike for some reason. I clicked the wrong
All
thing.
right. So, and as the bolt like sinks in, you can see a bit of
Sound
its
effect.
blood kind of trickle down.
And I'm gonna move a little bit further back.
Aren't you cautious?
Yeah,
It is 6.
I've already killed a couple of Shot Dog's characters. He should be cautious.
I bet. I heard about at least one.
Yep. Is that it for you?
Yep, that's the end of my turn.
All right, May.
Okay, I'm going to hit the one nearest me with a firebolt.
Now, with that being a ranged attack, it may be a little more difficult to do such a thing. Always keep that in mind, Princess.
Then maybe I just go with my short sword and I do 2-weapon fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Do I roll both attacks first and then the damage?
We'll just do the attack and then damage, attack and damage, just in case like there's any like deaths and then you want to move or anything. So go ahead and roll me damage, because the 21 will connect. Ooh, nice damage roll.
Alright, coming in with a second sword.
After you sink the first blade into him, it'll cut him deep along the left shoulder, but then as you follow it up with the next sword attack, it is unable to find purchase, swinging just wide.
And then I can't move, right? Because I took my action and my bonus action.
You can move, but moving away from your opponent may make you get unfavorable attacks put in against you. But you should remember positioning. If you were to tank the flanking maneuver, perhaps both of those swings could have found purchase.
Right. Question. Is that because 2-weapon fighting is a bonus action?
The 2-weapon fighting, I do believe it makes your attack like a bonus action. Let me double check it. I remember we looked at this last time.
Yeah, I'm just having a hard time remembering.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a bonus action.
Yeah. You can make a bonus attack. So you still have your movement, but you did just use your action and bonus action.
Got it. Okay. So the attack one is a action, and then the second attack is a bonus action.
Correct.
Sweet. Thank you. Thank you, Leo.
Is that it for your turn?
Yes.
Move to here, and then do this. Get to there, and then that'll be the end of that one. This one I'll go ahead and make the roll. There, then it'll be your turn, Jocelyn. So, just so you all are aware, mechanically speaking, since they only have so much movement, just as you guys do, they can still take the same actions some of the same actions that are available to you guys, such as the dash. And that's what they're using in order to close the gap, which means they can't attack.
I think I'm gonna play it safe and go here. Pull
Now, there's a couple of spots that you can move, but you will more than likely provoke an opportunity attack if you don't want to use your action to get there.
Right. Or I can play defensive. You know what? I'm just gonna attack the guy right in front of me right now. See how that goes first, and then move.
Ooh, both of those are hits, so go ahead and roll me damage for both of those.
Okay.
Nice. 8 damage with the sword. And then followed up with another 5. Fortunately, low damage on the unarmed strike, but
Unarmed. Yeah.
this one, after you swing in once with the short sword, slicing it across its chest, and then punching him square in the snout, you can see that the blood is falling thick, and he looks severely wounded after your couple of attacks.
I'll play tank for now. At least for this one.
Is that it for your turn then?
Yeah.
All
I'll
right.
stay put.
Adachi. Your
So
brother
Adachi will call out.
struck it
Yeah.
well.
Pretty good, right? Yeah. Adachi will call out and say, "My king, I'll be by your side shortly. Just let me take care of this cur in front of us." And so he's gonna move 5 feet, and he's gonna take a swing at the one. The one that sorry, click around. Just Stalin just hit.
Mm-hmm.
My gosh, are you kidding me? So I think I rolled a 3. I rolled another 1 with the stupid advantage thing. I can't get turned off. So I'm gonna say that's probably a
You
miss.
actually rolled your damage twice, but
Oh, did I?
you
Still a
rolled your
1.
attack
Either
roll
way, I
once,
missed.
yeah. And
So weird. Okay.
unfortunately, while you are giving words of encouragement to the rest of your family, you're still not able to find your fighting stance quite just yet, having trouble with the
I was-
gnolls just as you did with the guards.
Yeah, like I think this is my third nat 1 in like 2 sessions of combat.
It
You're
looks
just
like
getting them out of the way.
looks like
Just
we
little
found who
2020,
has
taking off
the
2020.
we found who has the shitty seed for their account in this one.
I'm not the shitty seed.
Thanks for taking it from me.
What?
Anything else?
Oh, awesome. That'll be it. He's got his shield in one hand and his scimitar in the other, so that's all I got.
Get to there. Next gnoll will move up as well. To there.
Oh no.
This one not rolling very well on where he needs to go. He's gonna have to go all the way around and get to there. Rick, back up to you in the top of round 2.
So I'm gonna take a couple steps back and fire my bow. It said the one in front of me, by the way.
Which one in front of you? Because you did roll nat 20, so this is gonna be very important.
The one below me.
Gotcha. So this one right here.
Yes.
All right. Well, another nat 20 from the heir to the throne. Go ahead and roll me your damage.
Oh my gosh.
And we know who has the lucky seat.
Right. Go ahead and just click the word longbow underneath where it has the 25. There we go. Perfect. And as the arrow sinks in, he will like this gnoll will just like drop to his knees in pain and cough up a bit of blood as it falls down to the sandy ground below. And that's a nice bit of damage you did to it, and it is not looking very well.
Mm.
Anything else for your turn?
Take a couple more steps back.
All right. Then bring us to the gnoll in front of you, who is going to attempt to bite you there, Crix.
Bring it.
For a 22 to hit
That will hit.
for 4 damage. And that's the end of that one's turn. Crix, it's your turn.
I'm gonna hit him back.
Prove it. Okay, yeah, that'll do it. "15 hits as you sink into it with the glaive.
I hit the button and it rolled the dice, but it hasn't shown up here yet.
If you hit it again,
There it is.
I was gonna say if you hit it again, it'll make it load and then roll another one for me. So, all right. And while still looking severely wounded, still stands.
All right, that's gonna do it for my turn.
So you'll see Leo like reach down, grabbing a spear, and then aiming at the one that just bit into your forearm there, Crix. Say, maybe this was a little bit too much for each of you. And chuck a spear at the back of this gnoll, the one that just hit you. Wow. Yeah, natural 20 for the spear throw. So that will be 12 damage to it. And as he says this and he kind of and then just chucks the spear, you see it right after it kind of like unlatches from your forearm and begins to like snarl. You see like the spearhead just go from the back of its head through its mouth and then just dangle there for a moment before the gnoll falls. Sorry about that, Prince. I figured if they didn't have any spears, it might be a little bit easier, but I don't want to take any chances. And he'll reach down and he'll grab another spear and hold it at the ready. But now it'll be Cryptili's turn.
As Leo picks up the second spear, I'm gonna raise my crossbow at him, and I'm gonna ask him, please do not interfere. This is something that we must do. And as I raise my crossbow at him...
Can you give me a persuasion check?
Yeah, no problem.
Ugh.
He ain't having it.
Fortunately for you, he will give you a bit of a shrug and say, I'll stand at the ready, but I'll stay out of this for now.
Like I said, as I have that aimed at him, I'm gonna utter some words to myself and cast Chill Touch on the gnoll in the middle here.
Mm-hmm. 17 will hit.
And with the Reaper trait or feature. I can also hit another creature that's or target 2 creatures within 5 feet. Do I have to roll that to hit again? I'm not sure on that part.
I am reading it right now. Necromantic skills of choice, the spell list. Necromantic cantrip targets 1 creature. It can instead target 2 creatures within the range. So no, as long as the 1 hits, I would take it as then all of them would hit. It's just kind of like a splash damage.
Yeah, that's what I
So,
was thinking.
if you want, you can re-roll the damage 2 more times, and we'll do it like that, or we could just do it to where they all take 7.
I think it'd be fair just to take that 1 damage. But I don't mind rolling more than once. I don't know. It's up to you.
We'll just keep it all the same because I don't know. Let me think about it for a little while, because it could be like good and bad. If you roll like a 1, then it's like really bad and it gives you the opportunity to do good. But then if you roll max damage, it could be good and then give you the opportunity to do bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Either way works for me because, like you said, it just changes the chance. And
Exactly.
I like rolling the dice.
All right. So the next one, we'll just have you roll it for each one. But for this one, we'll just keep it the 7. Anything else?
Hold on. That cantrip is not a bonus action. Nope. Okay. Yep, that's it.
All right. So as you shoot out this necrotic energy, it will strike the one in the center, and you'll see it kind of expand out a little bit more, and then just kind of like conduct to the other ones, and you'll see them both take a bit of shocking look upon their face as they take the necrotic damage. Which moves us to May. Thanks for following,
I'd
Julia.
like to take a disengage. And then I'm going to move. I'm going to dash. Oh. Wait, how do I do that thing where I like click as I move? I just do that.
Left click to hold your token, and then right click on the map.
Got it. Okay. Whoa. Yeah. And then that's the end of my turn.
So, for moving in that location, you will need to disengage to not get hit.
Right. I thought I said that.
Oh, if you did, I'm sorry. I just didn't hear.
No
it.
worries. No, I might have not. I just changed my push to talk button. I keep pressing the old button by accident, so my bad.
She can disengage as a bonus action, right?
I think it's just in place of my action.
Oh, okay, so you
double-check
didn't
first.
dash.
Yeah, so you didn't dash. That would be the difference.
Oh, I see. So I wouldn't be able to dash. I just moved 30 feet.
Yep.
Okay, I'll move 30 feet back. Okay, that's the end of my turn.
All right. Brings us to this one, and it will go after you, just Stalin,
Hmm?
for a 15. Rolled the wrong dice. I was like, wow, that was really low, and then I was like, oh, that's only a d6. I believe a 15 misses you, though. I do think your AC is higher than that. Yeah. Just wanted to double check. So as that one tries to bite you, you're able to kind of just put your hand right on its snout and kind of push it down away before it's able to sink its teeth into you. And then it'll move to the next gnoll, who will now have a decision to make. Seeing a bit of blood on you, Crix, will attempt to bite you. And that is for a natural 1.
That misses.
I'm pretty sure it hits. Are you sure?
I'd have to double check.
Okay. Just solid. Your turn.
All right. Question. So can I strike, move, and then use my unarmed strike?
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right. So I'm gonna strike the knoll right to the west of me.
Mm-hmm. $18 hits, and that 7 damage is exactly what you needed to kill it.
Nice. And I might be a little bold, going straight towards this one.
Okay. You gotta have the arrow. I think you have the ruler selected.
Or maybe I have to do it this way. Boom. Oh. It's bad. I did all that and I can't even move.
You have. I think you have the ruler selected on your toolbar, so you just.
Oh, that's what it is. I might have been measuring earlier.
Probably.
Still trying to get the hang of it. Yep, it's the ruler. Now, can you see how many feet that was?
No, I didn't see it, but I know how many it is.
Okay, good. Okay. I didn't know if it'd be easier to like measure later. All right, so I'll do my unarmed south.
All right.
This knoll. I want to call them kobolds so bad, like gnolls. They call them gnolls. I think a kobold is like a dog type creature too.
They're both kind of close.
Yeah.
And 16 hits for 6 damage. And that is another one down.
All right. So, well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. I think that's all the movement I can do. I think that's 30 feet.
You actually have, like, if you were to go, like, here, and then down, it's 15. So you still have 15 foot of movement. But this one is going to restrict your movement because it can get an opportunity attack on you.
So because of the angles. Okay,
Correct.
yeah, so I can go with angles. 1, 2.
Now, you can't be more than 5 feet away from this one that I'm pinging to your west at the moment,
Right.
because you will need to be able to disengage, but you've used your action.
Yeah, I would like. Well, disengaging is an action, so I can't
Yeah.
do that.
Correct.
Okay, so I would have to stay put or move in the middle somewhere.
Alternatively, you could move to that square that's below the knoll, below me, and then get
Right.
advantage on your unarmed strike against that knoll, and you would still be in the range of the knoll that has you in its range right now,
Right.
so you wouldn't get an opportunity attack.
Any
Okay.
square
Yeah,
that
'cause he
this
can't
one's
move.
any square that this one's touching, you're safe. You
Right.
just can't go out of that.
Okay.
And
I'll go with that one
he
there.
he could if he used flurry of blows, but I don't think he can.
Right. Which I do not have now from my understanding. Alright. I believe that's all I can do.
Correct. But what this will do at the minimum is give you advantage on your next turn and give Crix
Right,
advantage on
right.
his turn.
Hopefully keep that one stuck. We'll see.
So, which will bring us to Adachi.
All right, guys.
Let's redeem yourself here, my friend.
So I'm gonna move because this guy's still up right here, right?
Correct.
Like the weakest one on the board. So I am going to move there. I'm gonna try to hit with my scimitar for like the 20th time, and hope I do something in a combat. and I don't do anything in a combat.
But it's not a 1.
Yeah, okay, I guess I went to a 12.
Let's
That's probably
look
the
at the
highest I've
positive
rolled.
here.
So that's might be the highest I've rolled, a 12. I keep seeing, because it's rolling the damage twice, I keep seeing the damage roll, and I'm like, damn, it's so low. I got above 10, guys. But I will stay there with my buddy Kobold, because I don't want him getting through to my king, Lord Virik.
Oh, this Knoll's gonna rip you a new butthole. It's okay. Alright, this one will go. Rinse and repeat against Crix. This one's a 23, which will hit for 4 damage again. This one will have a decision to make. And let's check this. All right. This one is also going to attempt to bite you, Crix. Seeing that you're not looking too good, it is going to attempt to just follow its natural instinct. This is for a 14 to hit, which that's a miss on you.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Next one is dead, so I'll remove that from the turn order, which brings us to round 3. Back to Varek.
All right, I'm gonna move here and try to save Adachi.
But my lord, it's I who's doing the saving. Can't you tell?
Watch how it's done.
Oh, that's good.
Unfortunately, that one is a miss.
As Virik misses, Creep Tilly lets out a little giggle.
And as May rolls her eyes.
Oh, that's great.
Anything else there, Sir Varek?
I'm gonna step back in shame.
Adachi yells out, I'm sorry, my lord, I think I threw off your shot.
Alright, which will bring us to Crix's turn.
Alright, first thing I'm gonna do is use Second Wind. Well, how do I do that again? Is it RD10 plus 1? Is that the command?
Yeah, if you want to roll it from like right in the chat, yeah. /R.
So I get back 7 health, and then I'm going to attack the knoll to my south.
Got it. For another miss. And as this
Alright.
knoll kind of just like
Oh
ducks.
wait, I have advantage, so I get to
Oh
roll.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, you do. There we go.
Nice.
As the knoll tries to duck out of the way, you're able to like just adjust the angle enough to where it right into the back.
And then I have great weapon fighting, which I forgot about last time, so I get to re-roll this too.
Yep. Ooh, for 1 more damage.
Hey, it's 1 more damage. And that will end my turn.
And this one is looking pretty beat up after you sink in the glaive attack. Leo will say, if any of you take another wound, I'll make sure to throw a spear in or come down to help you out. But it seems that you all are going to shape up quite nicely and do your father proud.
Again, I'll tell him not to interfere.
He does not at this moment. But it is your turn, Cryptili.
Beautiful. I shall try to toll the dead once more. Unleash you.
Okay, that's a wisdom save, I believe. What does the Reaper thing? Is it only just one, or is it all your spells?
It's just it's just the one.
Yeah, it's just
some of them.
It's just the one that you choose from the Reaper. So if choosing Chill Touch for the Reaper one is what you had picked up, then that spell is the only one that does like the splash.
Oh no, I used Toll the Dead, but it's any necromancy can. I learned one necromancy cantrip, and that's the one that I have it on. It's Toll the Dead. That's what I used.
I
last
could
time.
I could still even be wrong about it, but yeah, I'll agree. Because it says, like, when the cleric casts a necromancy cantrip that normally targets one creature, the spell can instead target 2 creatures. So it doesn't necessarily specify that it has to be, like, one of the spells. As long as it's a necromancy cantrip, I believe it'll work.
Yeah, the only one that I have right now is Toll the Dead.
Chill Touch is a necromancy cantrip.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Pretty sure. Double check it. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's popping up as such.
Yeah, that's why we were applying it before, but okay. So
well, no, I'll just use. Well, no, did I use Chill Touch or Toll the Dead? Now I'm confused.
you use Chill Touch.
Okay,
but it's
that's what I'll use again then.
all right. Then go ahead and just give me your attack roll.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No problem.
New mage on the loose.
Nice.
I still think it might apply for all necromancy cantrips. I'm gonna have to look more into it though. But the 18 will hit. So go ahead and roll me both your damage. We'll start from the left and go to the right. So 4 damage to this one, and then 7 damage to the other one. And both are looking pretty wounded with that attack.
Yeah, and I'll end my turn with that.
All right. So the same thing happens with the necrotic energy kind of flowing in between the two of them after initially striking the one in between both your brothers, and then bounces to the one just to the east of it. And you can see that it leaves a singe on both their pelts. May.
So I'm gonna stay where I am and hit this one with a longbow.
Unfortunately, that's a miss.
Well,
And you got a little bit more. Well, you got all your movement.
yeah, I'm gonna move down. So if I move here, does that give me flanking on the one right in front of me?
No. Jasalin would need to be down or over to the right 1 square.
Then I move there.
Okay. This gnoll is dead. This one will go after you, Adachi. It's a 22 for the bite. Deals
That's
5 damage to you.
Noise.
As it sinks in and tears your flesh, you'll see like it kind of just like rip away as like it kind of has like that gleamer of blood in its eyes, and it just, you'll see like a chunk of your flesh kind of just be torn away with its teeth. Cryptelia, if it shows that the Reaper on the abilities is it would apply to Like all of them, or does it just like let you
Nope.
know?
It just lets me know. It's only
Dope.
2 of them right now.
Okay. Dope.
Yep.
Just Stalin brings it to you.
All right, I'm going straight north. Gonna try to take him out first. The short blade.
Fortunately, that one's a miss.
He has advantage.
Oh, yes, you do.
Oh, I do have
Roll,
advantage, but I
re-roll your attack roll.
a reroll. Okay.
Yeah, you'll get to roll it twice, essentially.
Hey.
That's a hit. The natural
Boom.
20 is pretty good, so go ahead and click the short sword word underneath the 26. And it'll roll your crit damage for you.
Is that
Yeah, I
it,
think-
or a roll again, or?
Hit the word. You see where it says 26 in like the chat for your roll?
Right.
The word short sword underneath it that's highlighted. Just click that, and it'll roll your damage, and it'll say like a crit damage roll.
Okay. Gotcha. Oh, now I get it. Now I get it.
Nice. So that's 14 damage, and you rolled really high on your damage roll just naturally.
You obliterated that dude.
Yeah. He only had 2 HP left, so that was way more than enough to take it out. So again,
So I
if
still
there's...
have my unhand, or how
Yep.
does that work?
Yep, you still have your unarmored strike.
Or unarmed. Unarmed. Yeah, I said unhand.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna move and assist Adachi up here.
I have this one,
I
brother.
think that was 15
Now,
feet.
this one right here will still be able to get his opportunity attack on you if you move away from him.
He can still attack me.
Yep, the one that's not dead.
Oh crap! Well, I mean, there's no takebacks, are there?
For training, I'm letting you guys take it back.
We're learning.
Yep. Then when we get out of here, the gloves
Right.
will be off.
Gotcha.
I'll
So I
take-
can attack him from here. It doesn't have
Yep.
to be right below him. I can attack across. Right?
Correct.
If you're in a
Okay,
square that
okay.
touches him,
Gotcha. Oh, I can assist Adachi a little bit later. I'll go with my unarmed strike.
Ooh, unfortunately, the 12 is a miss as you connect with this one's one previous with your short sword, splitting its skull just a little bit, where you see it kind of just drop like a sack of potatoes to the floor. And then you swing towards the other one, but it's able to just like duck right out of the way as your fist just misses.
Level 1.
Is that it for your turn?
But I still can move. I still want to help Adachi out. But nobody else is here. You know what?
I mean, you could probably give me one more
I'll move
round.
here, and hopefully
Yeah.
we can get some advantage going with tricks. I
Yeah.
don't know if that's a good move or not. We'll see.
That's
Yeah.
a good move.
I think it's a well thought out maneuver.
Yeah, we'll see.
Adachi.
All right. Well, I'm going to bonus action second wind. So I'm going to roll a d10. Of course.
Oh,
So I
damn
get
it.
back 2 hit points. I'm at a big old 7. And then I'm gonna swing one more time. So let's see what happens.
There you go. There's a hit.
15.
Boom.
Is it a hit?
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, so I guess he takes the first one, 3 damage.
I'm
With this,
taking the one that's connected. I'm taking the 8.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I think you've missed enough to where if I took the
Thank
8,
you.
it still averages
Thank you.
out to be about 1.
So kind. Thank you. That was my first thing I've done in any combat since we started playing.
Is that it for you?
Does that one go down?
No, it's still got about 50% health left, actually.
Oh, I see. I was looking at the wrong hit points. Okay, then I'm still there.
All right. And this one that you just attempted to punch at, Justalin, will turn its attention to you in an attempt to bite you for a 17, which I think that meets your AC.
Yeah, my
Yep. So then you will take 5 damage as it sinks into you with its teeth. This one is
Unfortunate.
removed, which will then bring us back to Vrek.
I'm
now with
gonna move up
damage, do I
a
have to
little bit.
manually put that in, or? Sorry.
Yeah. You'll manually put it in and just minus the 5.
Okay. Gotcha.
Nice.
All right, I'm gonna shoot at the one that's in front of Adachi again.
All right.
Oh no.
Oh, and the curse has been passed on. As this one goes probably more near like where Leo is, as you just like shoot it, and Leo will just respond with, "Stop messing around. Make sure that you help out your brothers." Is that it for your turn? You got the movement.
Yeah,
There
I
you
just moved
go.
back.
Crix.
Well, I know what Justalin wants me to do, but my younger brother needs my assistance at the moment.
Well, it is what it is.
I'm gonna take
That's
the
life.
opportunity attack to move over here.
Ooh, for an 8, which is a miss.
Yes, and then I'm going to attack the one in front of me.
All right. Get your advantage. I believe both of those were damage rolls. Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, wrong button. Sorry.
I was gonna say, unfortunately, really low rolls for that, but the 22 hits. For 9 damage. Anything you'd like to add to that as you take it down?
Well, I would slide over and then I would bring down my glaive as hard as I could on its shoulder. Boom. Try and hit right around the clavicle and just drive it as deep as I can because my brother needs me.
Ouch.
And that will end my turn.
As the arm kind of dangles there, being barely attached, it will roll its eyes into the back of its head. Dashi notices as it kind of just falls forward as Crix sinks his glaive into its back.
Adachi thinks he did that at first, like he was like he fell from his slash, and he's like, then he sees Crix like standing behind him. He's like, "Oh, thank you, Lord Crix. I was gonna get it in the next blow."
I'm sure you would have, little brother, but I've got your back.
Adachi smiles and warms his little elf heart.
For your Teely?
Yep. As Creep Chili glares Leo in the face, they cast Chill Touch one more time.
All right. And that one misses. So you can see like the energy kind of just pulse from your hand and it just into the arena surface.
Okay. And as that happens, I will take my movement. here, hopefully drawing that one's attention.
All right, May.
Okay, I'm gonna jump back down and hit this one with my my short sword.
All right. Check for your crit.
Nice.
I didn't crit.
No, yeah, you have advantage. So this one hit. So if the other one's a natural 20, it just is even better kind of thing. Close.
Oh, so close.
Go ahead and roll damage. All right.
And then I'm gonna go at it again with my bonus action. Do I get advantage on that one?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, it wanted to be on the 20s a couple times, but the 19 is a hit. And go ahead and roll damage, but this will be enough to take it out because it only has 1 HP left.
Okay, and I think I need to fix my character sheet because I was reading that the bonus action to weapon fighting is just the damage is like without the modifier, so I'll fix it for next time. So it's 1d6 with nothing added, but I'm just gonna roll a d6.
It should be already correct on your thing, but I've been subtracting it from your second attacks.
That's a 2.
If it had a modifier. But the 2 is enough to bring it down. Like I said, it had 1 HP left, so... Any flavor you want to add for that?
Yeah, I hit it once with the right hand and like again coming down with the left hand and just yell to Leo, enough.
Well done. Taking each of them out. I was getting a little worried there for a brief moment, but you all came together, positioned yourselves well, used the tactics learned from when facing the guards. I know that each of you expended quite a bit of energy in order to overcome that foe. Perhaps it's best that we end our training for today here.
Dashi would speak up and say, but Master Leo, I don't feel like I proved myself as part of the team. I mean, can we do a third round?
And I'm sure
as he's, like,
we can
dripping
handle
blood
anything
from the
you have
bite.
to throw at us.
I'd like to heal first. I'm not a high elf, so I need a nap.
Look,
There will be plenty of time for you to prove yourself, Adachi. Don't worry.
But Lord Virik only saw me miss so many times. What if he doesn't think I'm good enough to be his guard?
Lord Virik missed almost as many times as you did.
Oh, but I'm sure that was because he saw me so close to the knoll and was just nervous that he might strike me instead. I mean, you know, his aim is almost perfect, but I'm sure just the sight of me with his arrow drawn probably gave him pause. I'm sure it was my fault.
You'll have plenty of opportunities to prove yourself. Don't worry.
I'll look at
Okay.
Adachi with a very cold stare and say, what are you worried for? Your death would be fine.
Varric, be nice.
that's not Varric.
Oops, sorry, wrong one.
Cryptili, be nice.
Now it really feels like we're siblings.
Yeah, too many of us. Too many names.
Adachi will bow to Cryptili and say, "Yes, Lord Cryptili, I promise I'll work harder. I'll become worthy to serve you and Lord Virik and his siblings."
Don't let Curtilli pick on you.
Don't tell him what to do.
I'll give a smirk and just walk away from the group a little. Close to this guy.
Just Stalin goes to the corner, rolls his eyes, sits down, put his hands behind his head, leans back, and rests himself, thinking of how the high elves are a bit too much. Formalities.
Well, if you wish to stay here, I'm not going to argue with each of you, but perhaps making your way back to the castle might be a little bit more comfortable for each of you.
Mm.
That sounds good. I'll look over to Crix and ask him how he's feeling.
I feel fine. Barely a scratch left on me. I only
Adachi
lost one.
looks. Adachi probably looks down at his gaping wound. That healed a little bit, but he's probably still dripping blood. And he's like, I might need a change of clothes. I mean, I'm fine, but this is
Throw
probably
some
mostly
dirt
mortal
on
blood.
it.
Adachi picks up dirt and starts rubbing it into his open wound.
And I'll murder to myself and cast the cantrip healing word as he rubs dirt on himself.
That's a level 1 spell. Keep in mind that those will take some time for your gods to give you that power back.
Oh yeah, I forget that we're doing that. Just kidding. I'll just let him continue.
Rubbing
to
some dirt
rub
on it sounds like a good idea.
I stop him and I say, no, Adachi, no. I mean, I don't know much about medicine, but I know you shouldn't make it dirtier. We should make it cleaner. And I try to like clean it with my water skin.
You're thinking like me right now. I was about in the same boat. Because I grabbed my wineskin, poured some of it on my arm, and then wrapped it up with a ripped piece of cloth, stood back up and joined everybody else. I think that's where I got bitten.
Dang.
Perhaps if you all feel that your wounds are a bit serious, it may behoove of you to go speak with Record Tiger Soul, the cleric. Should be at her office back at the castle.
Yeah,
I definitely will.
I'll go speak with Tiger Soul.
In fact, while I'm here getting the rest of this cleaned up, it might be better if each of you go and get a little bit more familiar with each of the other royal court members.
Are we due back here anytime soon?
Not today.
Not today.
Tomorrow, as I look at him, blank stared.
I will check on each of you tomorrow morning and see how each of you are feeling. If you look up to it, then perhaps we'll continue our training. But there is quite more that each of you can learn besides just the ways of combat.
I'll chuck deuces and start making my way towards the cleric.
Adachi yells, "Yes, sir. Thank you, sir." And we'll start. We'll saddle up next to Virik and wait for him to start leaving.
I'll follow suit if we're heading out.
I wait till sort of like the rest of my brothers are leaving, and I sort of just nod at Master Leolar, and then follow them.
I shake Leo's hand and then I head straight to go get some healing done.
All right. So I'll move each of you back to the Blight map as you leave the arena, and as you're making your way through the city streets, heading back to the castle in order to get some of your wounds tended to. We'll go ahead and take our small break here, and then I have a little surprise for you guys that you all can laugh at me for. So when we get back, we'll take a look at what that is, and be back in just a moment.
So is that a $5?
Yep, 5 minutes, and then we'll be back
Cool.
then and get going, or continue on.
Eat up
See
my
you on the
coffee.
flip side.
All right.
We're back. All right. And we're back. So, I just wanted to make sure as each of you are heading through the city, there's nothing that anyone wanted to do. They just want to head straight to the castle, correct?
Yeah, that's all I had in mind.
Yeah, I mean, Adachi will try to follow Virik if he tries to sneak off, but otherwise he's gonna head back to the castle.
Headed back to the castle this time.
Yeah, I'm just trying to rest up.
Okay. Well, this is what I'm going to show you guys what I did for us. Now, this was one of the first times that I've done something like this, which is why I'm saying you guys are going to laugh because not everything's like perfect to scale. But let's go ahead and take a look.
Oh, snap.
So here we will have your castle. This blue tiled area that everyone is looking at is the first floor. And then over to the right side will be the second floor, where each of your bedrooms are. You guys can fight over which bedrooms you want. I don't really care. I guess that's up to each of you. But other than that, I mean, added little things here and there just to make it a little bit more. What's the word I'm looking for?
Unique?
No, not unique. Immersive. So like when you guys are like going through like the city and stuff, we're not just looking at like a still screen. So if you guys want to add your tokens to this, you guys can make your way like through the castle area. Each one would kind of start, I guess, like over in like the left is like the front, and then obviously the main throne room in the middle.
So on the bedrooms, are two of them? So there's like four that are a single bed, and there's two that are like a double bed. Is that? Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
like there's two that have bigger beds, right?
like a twin size versus like a king size bed.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like the twins need to have the king size beds. I mean, just throwing that out there, but
That's what I figured, but I'd let you guys duke it out. But what I will do real quick is go around and like show you like the tokens, like who they signify. This guy right here is Visceral Fletcher. This one, I'm gonna make sure I'm getting all the names right so I don't mess you guys up. Actually, no, I'll introduce him to you as you guys go in there and talk to him. But this guy right here, this is your father, King Errol. So he'll be in the throne room and the rest will be in the office, but you can go out and about. Knowing that you're looking to find Record Tiger Soul, you would know that her office is on the south end in the middle. And Cryptili goes straight through a wall. Voomp.
The door's on the other side.
And I forget, how do we add the
So from the journal, you just click and drag your name, and
the
it'll
journal?
add it.
From the journal.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Didn't know I had teleport.
he misty stepped into the room.
So, as like you make your way in, you'll see like the familiar sights of Record Tiger Soul's office with the deities and the statues, or statues to the deities and all of the gods. The two larger ones on the left side of the room being of Atia, the Dawn Mother, and Olin, the Golden Father. But she does have respective altars and areas to pray for each of them. As you walk in, greet you with a nice smile on her face. You see her bright orange hair and darker colored skin. Let me scroll through my notes. Standing about 6'2" and a very slender figure. her orange hair and a brown skin tone, you would know that she's very devout towards the gods and hopes that more people follow in their footsteps in order to bring a more peaceful culture to the world. Well, it seems that each of you had quite the day with Leo, yes?
It was
yeah.
eventful.
Yeah, yes. Some more than others. Master Tiger Soul. He kind of like lifts up his hand, and it's probably bleeding a little less now. But yeah, it doesn't look good. He rubbed dirt in it, and they like washed it off.
Why
But yeah,
did you
it's
rub dirt
looking
in
low.
it? I can see some of the remains still upon some of the tears in the flesh.
And I'll give a little smirk to her as she says that.
Um. Yes, yes. Master Tiger Soul. I was simply trying to be obedient to my siblings. Um. Lord Cryptili here told me I should just rub dirt in it, so as a sign of respect, if you will.
Well, that was pretty... No, I'll be blunted. It was pretty stupid for you to follow such an order. But please, come here.
Well, it did stop the bleeding, didn't it?
I would argue it's never stupid to follow an order from the siblings of my king.
No, she kind of places her hands on like the arm where you have some more of like the severe bleeding. You can feel like this warmth start to emit from her hands, and as they start to glow in a bright like golden color, you can see in the gaps of her fingers where like your skin is kind of like stretching up like a thread and tying itself back together and neatly stitching itself to where it covers the wound. While you still have a little bit of a scar, you can see that your wound is now pretty healed, and you will receive 4 HP.
Nice. Back up to full run.
Now, are any of the others injured such as you? If so,
I'm still having technical difficulties finding my character icon. I see the Ajolies. I don't know how I did
hold
this
on. I
before.
might have yours might be saved under.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
under
yours is
under
under.
journal,
Yep.
I don't have it.
You just click and drag that name over. It should have your token assigned to it. You just have. I'll change the name in there for you.
Oh, okay, I got you. I got you. I was wondering. I'm like, what is this? Ajolies. I thought it was a default type thing. I got
Yeah, yeah. It's just like the random name it gave you.
you. Okay. I guess I'll get my healing too.
There you go. I changed the name for you.
So I accidentally created 2 of myself. How do I get rid of the one that shouldn't be there?
Just select it in backspace.
Clone maker.
Cool.
So whoever needs more healing, you can come into record Tiger Soul's office and receive your healing.
Yes, I require some minor attention.
Definitely do.
Well, it gets a little bit better each time. Crix, you'll get 5 HP back, and just Stalin, you'll get 6. As
All
like the
right.
same things
All right,
happen as
good.
she places her hands. Varek, I'll describe that room to you in just one moment. And but before that, we're gonna jump over to May since she went to go over to the father. But what Record will say is, you know, each of you are going to be leaders in your own respectful way, especially after your father steps down as king. But other than Cryptili here, I don't see many of you at the altars very often. would like to see each of you here a little bit more, at least to give some prayer before heading out. Who knows, the gods may bestow a gift upon you.
Adashi would speak up and say, "Oh, of course, Master. I think it's pronounced Z. Shoot, hold on. Zahena? Is that the?
Yep.
X? Yeah. Uh, I prefer to demonstrate my worship for Zahena through practice and actual study. But certainly, yeah, you're right. I've been neglecting her altar, and he'll bow to that altar wherever it is in the room.
Can
And
you
say
give me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Oh, okay. I don't do that.
Oh, no, too bad. Do it. Do it.
Just kidding.
So as you're praying, you can feel this warmth start to like just pour through like your entire body, starting near your heart and then spreading slowly throughout the rest of your body. And once you feel that warmth kind of encase you in like a hole, you will feel a little bit of like a burning sensation. And you would know that each of these burns are coming from some of your tattoos that you have.
Mm.
If you wish to be more of a follower of Zahena, then perhaps you should talk to Ohan right next door. She'd probably teach you a few things if you wish to deviate from your path as a knight. Maybe perhaps become more inclined with the arcane arts.
Yes, yeah. I was actually during the combat, I lit my sword on fire. I was gonna go talk to her about that. And I'm having the Bernie thing again. Not the downstairs Bernie, the tattoo Bernie thing. So I'll probably head that way now.
Good luck. As you kind of head out, making your way past your brothers, following the directions where you know Ohan to be, she's literally in the room right next door. You can make your way in there. But we'll jump to May as May kind of approached the father. And as you make your way into the throne room, May, you can see your father sitting there upon the throne. And as you enter, he will step forward. Ah, daughter, how was your training with Leo?
Father, and I reach up and just give him an embrace. It was good. We stumbled at first, never having worked together, but we came together in the end.
And where is Burek? Is he gone about the city again?
No, he came home with us, but I lost track of him.
Well, if you see him, unless I see him first, please tell him that Sir Hawklight would like to have a word with him.
Sure.
If there's nothing else to report, I'll be waiting to hear back from Leo and see how he feels that you all fared in today's trial.
That sounds good. I'm going to talk to our armorer, see if I can get a more accurate bow.
Then you'll need to speak to Elrin Wolfswift on the north side, as you're aware, middle office.
I will do that.
And,
Thank you, Father.
Oh, you're welcome. Hopefully you find what you need. Right, as you kind of step in, you would know that, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but this character's been kind of ironed in since the good old first testing days. Uh, and Shot Dog, if you remember this, then just brownie points to you. But Varric, you step into the office of Weedix the Great, uh, known for his great naval and like sailing and like he handles like basically anything to do with the ports, the ships, and everything of that manner. And for a good uh, chunk of the time, he does not seem to ever be uh, in the castle. It's just very rare occasions that he's actually here. But you do see some of his trophies from his travels around of Elista, skinned tigers, wolves, lizards, and even lizard heads mounted on the wall. Yep, I even added like a little bit of ship assets, like he's got like a mini sail and then like a steering wheel with an anchor.
Oh
That's
yeah, I
cool.
would love Weedix. He is a riot.
Thanks for subbing again, Pistol. It's 3 months in a row. A little bit more backstory on Weedix.
Come around and check it out.
He was kind of created from like a centaur of like a friend that was playing with us, and since like the timelines were like a little weird, I said that this character was kind of basically like his father, and he is actually exiled from the main continent of Elista for stealing farmers' horses and keeping them as his own.
Well, dang.
You got to steal a lot of horses to get exiled from a continent.
Right.
Well, think of it more as along the
Well, the
lines
best
of
of
his
the
son
best.
was a centaur, and that's kind of the joke.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no.
But anyways, what I will do is describe like the room that you're in there, Adashi. I'm still gotta get at least 2 or 3 sessions in to lock the names in like correct. But walking in, you see a few like runes painted along the ground that do emit a little bit of a purplish hue, along with bookshelves, books, scrolls, and all sorts of other things. You see Ohan the Wise sitting behind her desk in her armchair, and she looks up to you, and your eyes meet. Seeing a fairly tall, little on the plump side, female, high elf female wizard. You would know her to have the black hair, blue eyes, and the slightly tanned skin. And she is a follower of Zahena, just as you are. Definitely more inclined in the arcane arts. Well, greetings there, Adashi. What brings you here today?
I just thought I'd stop in. I know I've been bothering you lately, kind of asking for, some lore and things that might explain, these tattoos again, right? But I just wanted to tell you that, I think the training went well. I hit one, I hit something, and yeah, it's kind of weird. I was trying to focus on some of the magic that I think's going on with these tattoos. And I was able to light my sword once, kind of on fire, and I'll kind of try to do it again. I don't know if he does. And say, I thought that I think I'm making some progress here. So I'll let you know if I find anything. Just wanted to stop by and say hi.
Well, if you find yourself having any extra issues with these, I would like to take a look at them more extensively. At least one day, if you don't mind. Perhaps we can find out a little bit more of their meaning.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think it's weird if they burn again? I was praying at the altar of Zahena just a second ago, and They got kind of burny, tingly. Is you think that's bad?
It sounds like to me that she's maybe even be calling out to you and answering your prayer. Perhaps
Oh,
these tattoos link you to more of the arcane and more knowledge that you have yet to unlock.
wow, that would be amazing. I could uh, really help Lord Virik if I had um, some more power to support him. Yeah, I'm gonna go check with Lord Virik and make sure it's okay. But I'm gonna go study some more, some of those scrolls you gave me. Thank you again. Maybe I can stop by tomorrow and let you take a look at some of them. My
Yes,
tattoos.
that'd be just fine as long as the training with Leo is finished for the day. And it seems that each of you had your fill. Well, we'll see what his word is, but I don't see any issue with such a thing.
Does she look busy, like she is in the middle of something?
She's got like a few scrolls and papers on her desk. I mean, she just seems to be kind of enjoying a little bit of quiet time. There's not like a quill out or anything. She's just kind of hanging out.
Okay, I'll uh since I already said tomorrow, I'll say, okay, and maybe I could stop by in the morning too. We can. I'll just see what you're doing then. No worries. I do need to go catch Lord Virik though, and then he'll kind of bow and go look for Virik somewhere. He's just gonna be like wandering the hall looking for him.
Now that my brothers have left the room, um, I want to speak with. What was her name again?
Or core tiger soul.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Tiger Soul because that seems easier. But I'm gonna speak with Tiger Soul and say, yeah, it seems like my brothers might be having a little trouble in battle. I'm wondering if you have any of those extra health potions laying around? Um, Only because I don't think that I'll be able to save them if they keep getting themselves into so much trouble.
Well, I have. Let me check. I think we have two available, but these were told to be held for your final test. If you feel that you may need one before you reach that point, then I could let you hold on to them.
Yeah, I'm just worried. I'm like, you know, I'll be fine, and I can always bring them back if I need to, but I don't want to. Like, uh,
Why
and
wouldn't you want to?
because they should learn how to defend themselves. I don't mind, but they really have to learn how to handle themselves.
I'm sure in time they'll all find each their own way.
But of course, and I'll just like walk up to her, like halfway prancing, um, and ask for those potions again.
She will open up her desk and pull out a little, like, small, medium-sized lockbox. Open it up to uncover a couple of bulbous objects with from their violet silk cloth. Underneath, you can see these red vials. Well, crystal clear vials filled with a red liquid, and she will turn around the lockbox and say, "Well, here, just make sure that you think carefully before using them. They are not the easiest to come by, at least not till Weedix gets back from his travels with more supplies.
Oh, thank you. And as she gives me the vials, I'll take them, put them in my little sack, and then I'll kneel and start to pray for a while.
All right, May, you're going into the office?
Yes.
So as you walk in, you will see Eller and Wolfswift sitting there. Definitely a little bit more pleasantly plump, we'll say, than what Leo Loyalar stands and how his appearance is. You would know him to be a very loyal servant to your father, roughly about the same age, even. Gray hair and wearing a nice wooled wooled coat to help keep himself warm. What can I help you with?
Master Wolfswift, how are you this evening?
Good. Yourself?
Not too bad. A little surprised at how often I relied on my short swords during training today.
Well, not all combat fields will be beneficial for your long-range attacks. It's probably best that you learn some hand-to-hand combat as well.
Yes, I'm learning that battle is often very different than the hunt.
So what is it that I can help you with?
Well, I was wondering if there were different short swords or different options when it comes to that.
Well, got a few swords. And it's like he kind of like gestures around. You can see that there's like a variety of weapons kind of scattered amongst the office. But if you're looking for something a little bit more unique, it's probably best that you go talk to, well, that stupid gnome.
I'm sorry, who?
Oh, Hawklight. I just don't care much for his rhymes and his tendency to, well, seem a bit spacey.
I see. Well, yeah, I might look into that. In the meantime, I think these short swords will do just fine in daily practice.
I heard that he's also looking for your brother. And usually, if he has something to tell him, it's, well, kept a secret, so that little bastard doesn't like to talk unless it's a favor for him.
Yes, I've definitely heard he's looking for my brother. Unfortunately, our connection was severed at birth. I don't know where he is.
He'll kind of like point through like the open door behind you.
It's very severed.
It seems that he's a bit closer than you anticipated.
Huh. Brother, Master Hawklight's looking for you. See there, I've done it.
Well, seems like your sister's gonna need to keep you in check for a little bit longer. But, yeah, he should be right next door, probably playing with some gold pieces and gems, just as he always is.
Keep your eye out for an interesting short sword. When you go talk to... Oh, Trevor is saying his sound went out.
I'm back. My bad.
Nice. Keep your eye out for an interesting short sword when you go talk to Master Hawklet. I'm going to bed.
Good night, mate.
So you know Hawklight just to be in the office right next door there, Varric. Oh, other side. I'm sorry. He's the gnome. He's the smaller guy.
So I hear you were looking for me.
Ah, yes, indeed. I was hoping that you would find a moment to be freed.
I got a little bit of time. What's going on?
He'll kind of look behind you, see that the door is still open, and say, "Close the door, please, if you would mind."
Turns around and closes the door. What's going on?
Well, I've gotten together some other coin, you see, just for the other people that you may find in need, and, well, I don't think that your father will miss any of these.
Oh, I see. Good work.
Now, where's the rest of your family? I have some gifts for them, and hopefully be more preparing them for the world.
I'm not sure. Dashi, I'm sure, is not less than 10 feet from me.
You hear Dashi in the hallway. Lord Varric! Lord Varric! did you go upstairs? He's just like yelling down the hall.
See, there he is. Rolls eyes.
Well, see, the thing is that the swords and bows and everything else that you guys are going to need have come in, and, well, I need to give them to you for you to be able to begin.
In that case, let me get my boat first.
All right. Can you go ahead and roll me a D100 there, Vrek?
I hope it's good.
/R D100. Well, not necessarily the best roll, but not bad. Yeah, yours was a little bit more difficult to make. It got to be a little bit stronger of wood so it doesn't break. But here, this one should be a little bit better than the one that you have. And if I'm not mistaken, just want to make sure of your bow. I believe it's a long bow that you have. Yep. So the bow that you're going to be handed, can you go ahead and roll me an investigation check? This is a nice check to use when examining like an object, a door, and things of that nature by more so of touch than just sight. For an example, if the door was locked and you investigated it, like you could find that the door was locked. But with that roll, you're able to see that this is a little bit more finely crafted than the longbow that you have. And you can see the symbol of Blight, which is a stag head, kind of engraved onto the bow. So when you go into your D&D Beyond sheet, you can go ahead and add a +1/+1 longbow to your inventory, which will give you a basically a higher chance to hit and a little bit more damage. See, that one's made and it's kind of sleek and comparatively to with the one that you have, that one's weak. Now, I have others for your brothers and your sister. I would just need to go back downstairs to retrieve them and give them to them whenever they get here. Bye. It's like you leave the door open and walk by Crix. He'll give a wave to Crix. Hey there.
How are you doing?
Good. I don't know if you saw your brother just leave. He seemed to be kind of in a hurry. He took the bow, and I guess that's all he needs.
He tends to do things like that. He's very impulsive.
Well,
Now, what was this the new bow for him?
yes. Each of your weapons had come in just a few moments ago. It had everything else is downstairs except for his bow. But if you give me a minute, I can begin to fetch them.
Sounds good. Thank you.
We'll go downstairs. Doop. And as like the light from the lantern kind of like fades away from where you're looking, Crix, about 5-10 minutes later, you'll see the light beginning to make its way back up. You'll hear the clanking of steel hitting against the walls and the steps. And yeah, shit, yeah. Should have grabbed a
You need a
bag.
hand?
I'm gonna need like 4 more.
Well, I have 2 to offer.
Well, then we're halfway there. You can see him as he comes around the corner, dragging everything back, like up. And you just hear like the cling, 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 like some of the swords, and see like the bows like kind of moved around, like his shoulders, so they're kind of like just sitting upon his back.
I'll move to assist him to make his journey a little easier on him.
Thanks. Well, which one did you want? I mean, I got pretty much anything. I'm guessing you're gonna want a sword.
No, I'd rather have a glaive, thank you.
No, you don't want the sword? Are you sure?
I've never been one to use a sword.
Well, that's all the way back down there. And as he kind of like moves to go back down, can you go ahead and give me a D100 roll? All right. And then like when he gets back, you can go ahead and give me your investigation check as well.
Oh, sorry, hit it twice.
So quite all right. You'll see that this is a little bit more well crafted than your glaive, and you will be able to add a +1/+1 glaive to your inventory.
All right, thank you very much.
Now, where's the rest of your brothers and your sister? No shit. Every time I say something, it's like one pops back in.
We all need some things.
So, as you kind of look in there, just Stalin, you can see that there's a variety of weapons
Right.
laying down, like on the floor, being picked up, placed on the desk here and there. But you see a short sword, and go ahead and give me a D100 roll.
D100. Okay.
Then you can go ahead and give me your investigation check as well.
All right. Would this be under my features and traits? I see it on the senses,
It'll
but
be under your skills.
under skills.
Yep.
Let's see some of those.
If you're looking on your D&D Beyond sheet, the
Yes,
label
Beyond.
for the skills is on the bottom, but it's like that big middle column.
Oh, gotcha. I use those. Okay. So we said investigation. Yeah.
Yep.
No, I didn't have that one marked, but I can still use it.
Yeah. So, what the proficiencies mean for us is if, uh, like, let's say, Crix, I don't know off the top of my head if you're proficient in investigation or not. But
Right.
if he is, he could give you like advantage or help you out with it.
Okay.
To
It's
help you
more
better
uniform.
understand what you're dealing with, but you
Okay.
can still roll it if you don't have it checked. Those like filled in dots mean you're proficient.
But
Gotcha.
I'm not, so I can't help you. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, that's low. Well, 4 plus 0.
Yeah, so while you're taking a look at it, you don't really notice any differences. To you, it just looks like a
A
uh,
blade.
regular blade, almost
Yeah.
mimicking yours. But mechanically speaking, knowing that these are better, you can add a +1/+1 short sword. Your character wouldn't really have an idea of what it does, but it would still have the same effects.
So I will go to my equipment and switch it out.
Yep. You go to
Okay.
your equipment, and what you'll need to do is hit the manage equipment and add a. If you type in short sword, you should be able to see
Right.
one that says like +1/+1.
+1/+1. Gotcha. Okay.
No, it'll just say +1 actually,
Or
and then
just +1.
yeah,
Oh, I was
uh,
wondering. I'm like,
then you
It'll
add
be a
that.
green. You won't have a gray sword anymore.
yeah.
We're up to uncommon.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So now, do keep in mind, technically these are not magical swords; they're just better crafted.
Right.
So,
A
even
little
though
bit
it listed
sharper.
as like a magical item in D&D Beyond for our game, we do not.
Gotcha. More. Oh, shit. Let me type this. Alright, shit.
Well, until the rest of your family gets here, I guess I'm just gonna sit back and, well, like, wait in fear until Varek gets back.
Did
Oh,
Viret come to find Adachi? Is that what the movement meant?
That's what I was gonna ask him.
after my prayer's over, I'll make my way that way.
Yeah, and I was gonna say I hear the clash when what's his name? Hawklight drops a bunch of stuff, and I come
Mr.
over.
Belbin Hawklight, the master of coin.
Yes, I come over to see what's going on.
Well, you'll see all those weapons and everything, but let's jump back to Varek real quick since he did make his way down the hall. And as you kind of came around the corner after grabbing your bow there, you do see Adachi in down the hall, definitely hearing him first as he is shouting your name.
Lord Virik. Lord Virik. I apologize. I let you leave my sight. Please forgive me.
Guess he just stares at
My
you
bad.
coldly.
It messed
Stared at
Yeah,
me silently.
Go get your weapon.
My weapon?
Yes, we're all getting new weapons.
Oh, is this like? And Adachi will like kind of like gasp a little bit, and he's like, "Is this a birthday present from my Lord Virik? I'm humbled and honored, sir. I didn't expect anything after abdicating my role in the royal family. I'm not worthy, sir. I'm not worthy." And he'll bow and like say, like, I can't accept this gift.
Cut it out. Get up and go get your weapon.
Yes, sir. And he gives him a salute. And will you be here? Should I come back here after I pick up the gift?
Just go get your weapon. I'll be where I'm at. Bye.
Okay. Yes, sir. And he heads that way.
So, for the rest of you, if you'd like to roll your D100s, grab your item and then investigate it, you can see what you got.
Ooh-wee. Do I get a bow?
Yeah, it'll be the item of your choice.
Oh, heck yeah. I reach for a bow.
Reptilia got a good roll. All right. So only a couple of you beat the threshold to bump it up a notch, but Adashi, you can add a +1/+1 weapon of your choice, and
Cool.
May and Creptili, you will actually get a +2/+2.
Nice.
And the same procedure as you said before in D&D Beyond.
Yep. And
Just-
just so everyone gets a little bit more familiar with it, like the investigation checks. Yeah, like Creptili, you have no idea, but like how this blacksmithing shit works, I guess. It just looks nice.
Great. It's exactly what I want. And it has my crest on it.
Dashi, you're rolling hot numbers, man.
Man, it's bad.
Adashi, I mean, as a player, you just wouldn't necessarily know as Adashi. You kind of get the idea that it's better crafted, but you're not really sure how it's gonna like impact like fighting for you or anything of that manner. And May, you're actually able to tell that this will be a benefit to your combat.
Wow, thank you, Master Hawklight. For some reason, I went to go see Master Wolfshift. Wolf Swift. Sorry.
That's what I call him.
Yeah. Well,
That's probably why he doesn't like me.
could be. Definitely could be. But yeah, thank you.
Adashi would say, I'm so grateful for this birthday gift. I'll be sure to thank Lord Beric multiple times. I'll wield this with pride because he still thinks this is a birthday gift from Lord Beric.
Yeah, birthday gift. Sure. Whatever you say, kid. Listen, if any of you need anything else purchased for you, extra coin before you go out, Hawklight's the man to see.
Great. 'Cause I am actually needing another short sword if you happen to have one. Hopefully the same balance as my previous one.
Well, I mean, that's all kind of left up to the smith and how much time they wish to really put into the item. But we do have a couple of other weapons here if any of you would like to use the extras, and I'm not going to use them.
Yeah, and I'll sort through and see if I can find a short sword that's like the same weight as the one that I have.
All right, go ahead and give me a another D100. Ouch.
Very ouch.
I was just in even a statement. You don't even feel that. That's instant death.
Like unfortunately, as like you're looking through, none of these like short swords really catch your eye. And then he'll say, "If there's nothing here, we can have something made within a couple of weeks. It shouldn't take much time at all."
Yeah, these just don't feel right. I don't know what's going on, but they just don't
Oh,
feel right in
man.
my hand. Can we please have something made?
Yes. Anything come to mind? Anything you prefer?
Just a simple short sword.
Shit.
And I'll show him the one that I have. I'll say the same length as this and weight.
Well, I mean, we've got plenty of other swords that would match that criteria, but nothing that would necessarily help you in the thick of combat, well, that would be more beneficial.
No, I don't necessarily need it to be more beneficial. Just I need it to be the same weight.
Yeah, sure. He'll go down and within a few moments, like while he's on the way down, he'll say, "Anyone need anything else? It's kind of a bitch to make it up and down these stairs."
Yeah, I'd like some sort of thrown weapon. Maybe an axe or a knife.
Sure, those are a little easier to carry.
Oh wait, I forgot I'm almost out of bolts as well for my crossbow.
Adachi would add on. I don't know if you happen to have a second scimitar that's maybe
But I
has a
was
similar
wanting
style.
a scimitar. Yes. But I wanted to ask about it.
What
You have
questions did
first
you have in
dibs.
mind?
Efficiency between scimitar and short sword. Is it the same thing, or could the scimitar be a little bit more efficient?
So it depends on what you're proficient in,
And
but I think, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, they do like the same damage. If I
that's
think
what I
the
was
short sword
wondering.
might do more. I have
Yeah.
to check, but
The short sword might be able to do piercing damage too, which is like I
Yeah,
think
one is
scimitars are only
pierce, one is
slashing.
slash. Short sword is pierce, and then the scimitar is slash. So
yeah, I mean, I think it's. I don't think it's listed as like a simple weapon. Let me check.
I think the scimitar is simple.
I
It's
think it's
not martial.
finesse and something martial finesse. I forgot. Let me look it up here. I forget. Is it?
Well, we can easily find out. I'll add the scimitar to your thing, and then I'll click it. Yeah, so you're not proficient in the scimitar, so the short sword's actually going to be better for you because you'll have like an extra
Okay,
capability in
gotcha.
hitting.
Yep. Well, I will stick with that. But Ant is a warrior, so yeah, he might be better than I am at it.
You could get a rapier. They're super sexy and pointy.
Is that right? Y'all see
But
scimitar
I
is
think
finesse and light.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
but
yeah,
this your short sword is actually listed as a martial weapon, but it doesn't say that you're actually proficient in those. And you should be, but it doesn't list it. But for whatever reason it is, I'm not drawing like the answer off the top of my mind, but you're basically just not proficient in the scimitars. Rapiers might be a little bit better for you.
okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
I think you monks are really limited on what weapon proficiencies they get. So like short sword is like one
Yeah.
of the few you get.
What if I sort out?
Yeah, unfortunately the short sword's still gonna be better for you.
Not necessarily unfortunate, but it's good to know.
Yeah, I mean like the rapier will do more damage, but you'll just have less of a chance to hit.
Right. I'll stick with it. Wish I had a brass knuckle to put on my unarmed, but it is what it is.
That would be dope.
I have made like magical like gloves and stuff that monks can wear that make them do like extra damage.
Oh, that's cool. Future reference.
Well, if there's nothing else for each of you, I can perhaps make a list and get whatever you need and get it commissioned.
I just need a thrown weapon.
Ah, yeah. Good. I'm glad you brought that up. Okay. I want to look at those too. Because I have darts, but that's about it.
Yeah, I think Adachi would have said the second scimitar would be nice. And you know, if it's not too much trouble, I mean, maybe a better shield.
I have some of the ranged weapons, extra bolts and things of that nature, but anything else, well crafted, we'll say, is gonna take a little bit of time. I mean, I don't see or I don't think any of you are in a hurry.
Not
I
really.
can wait.
Same.
But if you need like basic equipment like darts, bolts, and everything to replenish, you can go ahead and replenish them now. All of that, of course, free of charge, being provided by the treasure.
Good deal. I'll ask him if he has the time, if he could work on making me a better shield. That would be nice.
I mean, I'm not gonna do it, but I'll ask the dwarves to. They make some good stuff.
Fair enough.
Damn.
Probably too big of a task for your hands.
He'll like look at his hands and then kind of frown. Yeah, I guess so.
I'll come back and ask him for more arrows. A solid 30.
Yeah, that's fine. A quiver normally only holds like 20, so you can get like an extra quiver to like kind of hold on, like store some like extra arrows kind of thing like of that nature, but nothing too difficult. But after each of you are done, it will be getting a little bit later in the afternoon. He'll give you guys like the rest of like your ranged weapons, darts, axes, anything that you guys wish to kind of like replenish on. Again, just anything that would be like a +1, +2 style is just going to take a little bit to get it made. These items were more like just specifically made to cater, like more of like a smaller task, I guess, which would to fill with is a good way to say it. But with that, needing to maybe get a bite to eat or perhaps speak to the last of the royal court, you do know that you haven't spoke to Visceral yet, and from your previous experiences, Weedix is more than likely not here. Only Varek really knows that he's not here. Or I guess Jasalin would know too, since he went into the office as well.
Oh, yeah. Before I go to bed, I would like to go into Weedix's office.
Okay. Well, if any of you would like to talk to Visceral before going to bed or exploring anything else, you can. But other than that, I'll let you guys just like move around like the castle, and then you guys can fight for whoever's bed, whoever gets what bed. But
Yeah, I spoke to father already. Who is Visceral? I forget.
the master of spies. So
Okay.
these stairs right here are going to be the ones that will lead you up to your room area.
Okay.
So
Master of Spies. Now I don't know if any of my stealth would deal with the Master of Spies, or if he can contribute anything in terms of like technique, advice, things of that nature.
go talk to him and find out.
Okay. And that's in the top left corner. Top
Yeah.
E. What's okay?
And at first when you said top left, I was like, yeah, no one's up here.
Yeah. My bad. So this is Visceral.
Yes. So before you, kind of writing a couple of like scribing upon like a piece of parchment and writing with a quill, you will see who you know to be Visceral Fletcher, the Master of Spies.
Mhm.
wood elf male, slightly like that, slightly toned body. You can see that it kind of resembles that of yours. A green tint to the hair with brown eyes and slightly beige skin. And again, you knowing that he is the master of spies, and as you kind of walk in, he'll put the quill back into the little bowl of ink, and a little smile will kind of stretch across his face.
Mm.
I was wondering when you'd come see me.
It's good to see you, Visceral. Good to see you.
Now, what is it that I can do for you?
There's mainly one question that I wanted to ask you, and it's about stealth. It's still a concept that I'm trying to grasp right now, and I wanted to know what is the advantage to stealth. Do you hear me?
Well, there's plenty of advantages. And a little bit easier for you than
Mm.
the others. Well, that for the other cities here in Zidane, not so much here in Blight. Everyone knows who you are here.
Mm.
Well, the being able to stealth will bring a lot of extra, how you would say, perks.
Mm.
You can use it to acquire intelligence, some information on the enemy, perhaps even friends that you feel may be trying to keep a secret from you.
Mm.
But in a combat sense, stealthing around and perhaps attacking from an unknown location will, well, increase your chances of hitting your target.
Mm.
Mechanically speaking, if you were to be in battle and you were let's say you guys notice something's coming down the road, and you say, "All right, I'm gonna stealth. I'm gonna find a place to hide." As long as that there is a place to hide, I will say like, "Okay, go ahead and give me like a stealth roll." And
Mm.
if it beats their perception, then you will be successfully hidden. And what that'll do is then if you use like a ranged attack from that location, or be able to like melee hit them if you are that lucky kind of thing, it'll give you advantage on your attack.
Yeah. Mm.
More beneficial for the types like me. And he'll kind of start to he'll pick up one of the daggers from his desk and start to spin it around like his finger, and then as it kind of twirls, catch it in his hand. Have the
Right.
blade pointed towards you. Well, you're not as light-footed as some of our friends out there, but it definitely can be a little bit more beneficial for you than the others.
Mm. So tell me, what are the travel limitations when it comes to stealth? Once I go into stealth mode, does it slow me down, or can I travel at a shorter distance? How does that work exactly?
No, it won't hinder you in such a way.
Mm.
Now, if might be a little bit better to at least pay attention to your footsteps and when trudging through the snow so you don't trip and fall, of course, but
Right.
uh, you'll be able to cover about the same distance.
Mhm. And if I use stealth in combat for a melee type attack, there's an additional stealth check for that. How does that work compared to maybe a ranged or a thrown attack?
Um, Depending on the situation, I will
Mm-hmm.
say, for the most of the time, like if you're trudging through snow, like obviously stepping through snow would probably make a little bit of noise, so I would ask for
Right.
like another one to see like how you approach. But if you're like if they come up to like the tree that you're hiding behind and they haven't noticed you, you could step out and do your melee attack, and I
Do
wouldn't
do
I wouldn't ask for a roll.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Proximity. Okay. Think I got it. So it's automatic advantage then if you can creep up on somebody.
If you're hidden. So,
If you're hidden. Yeah.
like, let's say
You
your
hidden.
stealth is like a 2,
Right.
and then, like, the passive perception of the thing you're fighting is a 10. Obviously, the 2 is not going to beat the 10. So
No.
you'll feel like you're hidden, but you're actually not hidden.
Right, but not really. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Now, with that, there is one thing important that I must relate to you, which I'm sure you'll be more than happy to share with your brothers and sister.
Mm-hmm.
When outside these walls, not everyone will be so forthright with you. Some will perhaps look to keep things a secret from time to time, if
Right.
you get what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And for that, you'll need to be able to read their expressions, gestures, things they may do that indicates a lie. But here, I'll teach you a little trick or two. And then he'll look at you, and with like as straight of a face as he can, he'll say, "The tile floors here are red and gray. The Blight
Mm-hmm.
family color is green." And, well, obviously you know most of this to not be true. Just to give you an idea of what I'm, like, teaching you for, like, in-game stuff is you're going to roll an insight check. So then what you would do is you go to your sheet, click insight.
Yep.
And as long as it beats my character's deception, you'll know if he's telling the truth or a lie. So for this example, you have to beat a 6. We'll keep it low, just to give you the idea of how it works.
Gotcha. Okay. But it's good to be able to apply things or skills in different ways too, though. So it's not always combat.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's not always combat.
But your insight button, if you want to roll it to see if like how it kind of works, should be right near the investigation.
Okay.
It's right below history and right above intimidation.
Oh,
I just know it's an ABC order, and they both start with I.
Yeah, that too. Cause I have it on my senses as well, so I always go to that first mistakenly. So insight. Oh, there it is. Oop. Should pop up.
Yeah, so since your 8 is above his 6, like you'd be able to like see a couple of things that would indicate that he's lying. Like he's not making
Right.
direct eye contact with you. Perhaps like he's making a couple of twitches like here and there that would indicate some of the information he's given you to be untruthful. Now, while knowing, because you can see that the tiles are, gray and blue, and the rug representing the color of the family is violet,
Right.
you would know which are the lies, but mechanically speaking, that's kind of how it works.
With the insight skill. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. I know that each of you will be getting a bit hungry.
It's about that time.
It should be about time to
Way
eat
past
and
that
get
time.
ready for bed.
Yep.
Creeptelia, is there anything that you wanted to do down in Weedix's office?
I just wanted to peruse his collection since he's not here, and see if I could find anything that was necrotic, like anything that he had laying around that I could learn.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Hey. Ooh.
So thumbing around and going through like the desk, you pull out a drawer. You do find a piece of parchment, and while your heart kind of skips at first, thinking that this may be a scroll or something that you've kind of stumbled upon, all you find it to be is a letter, and basically just giving the information of where he has gone. According to the letter, he has gone to the other countries of Elista, and in order to secure trades and more rare materials to bring back to Zidane. The letter is addressed to Athena.
Does it say if he took any horses with him?
Nobody might have some when he gets back.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Tried.
I'm just gonna put that back where I got it from. And
It didn't happen.
I'll make my way to bed.
You
All right, so you all can fight over the rooms if there's nothing else that you wish to explore, but it does seem that a couple have beat you to it, so the rooms are
Yeah.
dwindling.
just got mine.
Ah, Cryptelia, you're gonna bunk with your brother? Okay, nice.
Oh, jeez.
See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Before Adachi goes to bed, could he like just pop in and tell his dad like, thanks for the opportunity to train?
Oh, you're so emotional.
Yeah, sure. That
Yeah,
caught me
so I
off
think
guard.
if it's
Jesus. All right.
so, Adachi would just say like, Lord Father, it was an honor and the best birthday gift I could have asked for to be able to train with my siblings. I thank you for your trust in me, and I'll leave you to your evening.
Well, I'll be the judge of how you did for the day once Leo gives me the report, but
Adachi
hopefully
will
you did
sweat a
well.
little bit at that. Adashi's sweating a little bit. He's like, I promise, whatever faults I have, I'll make up for with hard work and study. I won't let you down. I promise. Then he'll kind of quickly leave and.
One
I
second,
guess
Adachi, before you leave, do keep in mind, well, your brothers may be a little bit more formidable with a blade than you are. They do seem to have a bit more knack of retaining some knowledge and things of that manner. Perhaps it's best that you don't look at training by the sword so much, but train the mind instead.
Oh, yes, Father. Yes, I've been training both to the best of my ability. I will be the best use as I can to the family. And then he'll say thank you again, and he'll kind of leave. Um, is there a way like this might be like stupid, but could I say that Adachi actually doesn't live in the castle and like he's opted to like live in the barracks or something?
Yeah, sure. If you
But like
if you don't want to have a nice room and stuff, that's fine.
like he might hang out like mechanically he'll like he'll still get like a full night's rest, but he'll stay like outside of Vyric's door until like his quote shift is done, which may or may not be a thing. Like
I mean,
I
there's a
don't.
nice little wolf pelt that you can sleep on up there if you'd like.
Oh, in his room.
No, right outside the room.
Oh yeah, I'll lay there, or I'll chill there, and then I think if he actually like needs to go to bed, he has like a bunk maybe in the barracks or something, and the way I envision it is like all the actual guards there are like this like rich kid is like pretending to be a guard, So like Adashi's a little oblivious to it, but he's there and he's like he thinks he's one of them. So, but like they also can't be mean to him because he's a prince or like he's with the royal family. So like he's kind of like it just
They
creates this
humor
weird
you.
awkward situation. Yeah, exactly. They humor me because they have to, but like probably behind his back, they're like, "What's this idiot doing? Like he has no idea what he's doing." So yeah. Anyways, that's what Adachi does.
Oh, perfect. The only thing else that I really wanted to cover tonight, besides getting you all at least kind of the idea of like how the skills work, we'll get more into that later on, and kind of teach you like exactly like how they apply and like when's like good times to ask and things of that nature. But I guess like really summing it up, a lot of the skills kind of imply with exactly like what they mean. So if there's like a religious figure and like that's the description I give you, then you might make a religion check to see if you actually know what that figure is. Um, for just stupid examples. But I did want to get you all understanding on how like the short rest works with using the gritty rules. The long rest, of course, taking a week. So the night of sleep you guys get tonight will only be a short rest. With that in mind, when everyone wakes up, this would be the time that they would roll your hit dice, and you would see like if you need HP back anyways, you'd use the hit dice. After you use your hit dice, you will get one back. So at the moment, since each of you are level 1, you all will have one hit dice. So if you do need to use it, the next morning style after you sleep would be the time that you do.
So the hit dice still replenish like in
Yep.
24 hours. Okay.
Great. So for an example, like let's say we are all level 3. You use one hit dice, and that's all that you need. Well, after you use the one, then you get your hit dice back for your short rest, which will then put you back at 3. But then if you, let's say you use 2, well, then you get one back and you have 2 left. But the amount of dice that you have kind of corresponds to your level and then how many you've used in between the long rest.
Gotcha. You get one back each day. So if if you're level 5 and use all 5, you only get one for the next
Then you
day.
only have one, correct. Until you rest, if hopefully you don't get hurt again. But other than that, I did want to hand out the experience. I would say Pia got a good amount of the recap and then the extra little notes that were added in there from the rest of you did earn you all 350 experience for each of you, which will put everyone at level 2.
Ooh.
Cool.
Yay!
Now,
Cool. That's exciting.
if you all want to roll for HP, you can. If you don't, you can just take the average. But I'm going to let the dog out, and I'll be right back in 1 second.
Wow, nice.
So nice.
I'll take that.
Also nice. Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna roll. I'm too afraid.
So I added 350 experience. Is there anything else I need to be doing?
Are you doing it on oh gosh.
Ooh,
I'm on
who
Beyond
rolled
right
max?
now. Probably should have typed it. My bad, but
No worries.
yeah.
Ooh, nice roll on your HP.
So I didn't roll anything though.
No,
Okay.
Cryptilli rolled an 8.
Yeah, I was pretty
that's
excited
awesome.
about that.
So don't forget that like if you take the average, that'll vary on like what your hit dice is, but then you'll still get to add your Constitution modifier to it. For an example, I think Cryptilli's is a +1, so he actually got +9 HP.
+9.
So
Okay.
that's 2 max HP since everyone gets like the max for level 1.
Yeah. Okay, so we all roll a D8. Let me do mine.
No. You
Nope.
you're a monk, I believe. That is a D8.
Okay.
Oh wait, I think my
Double check.
is mine
Oh,
a
yours is-
D10 and not a D8?
Yeah, I think it is a D10.
Yeah, you're a fighter, so that's a D10.
Crap. Watch me get a lower roll now.
Can we see that on Beyond? Which one we roll? Just out
Um,
of curiosity.
I don't know if it'll have it on D&D Beyond.
Okay.
So you'll just have to do it manually. If there
Okay.
is a way to do it, I just don't know how.
Yeah.
Yeah, I added the XP, and then I think
Let's roll.
I think I did something wrong, but it
That's a
it
good
just bumped
roll.
up my
Oh gosh,
HP
that's a good roll.
automatically.
Dang.
Oh, nice.
That's
Watch
two
you get a low one.
decent rolls. I mean, like, as long as you roll like if you have a D8, as long as you're above like a 4, like a 5 or higher, you're beating the average.
I would get a 5.
Yep.
It's not
And
bad,
then
though.
don't forget, you'll get to add your Constitution modifier to that, Jocelyn. So that
Let's see.
5
+1.
will
Minus
be plus
+1.
6. So you should have
Yeah.
had 9 HP, and then you should be at 15 total.
Wait, I started at 13. If that's right.
No, so when you went up to level 2, it gave you the average increase. So it bumped you up. I think you were at 10 before. I have to double check.
I'm
But
Beyond with HP.
yeah.
Oh,
It's
my
like-
HP is at 13.
Yeah, but like
I don't know if that's
you
too
literally
high or not.
can't be at 13 as a monk.
Oh crap! Something's wrong then.
So if I'm not mistaken, the monk is a D8, and then with your max, you would have a 9. I think you just put in your Constitution score on accident.
I mean, yeah, I've always had 13. I wonder what I did wrong to begin with.
I'll look through it. I should have caught that earlier.
Okay, yeah, because my
But-
Constitution is 13, so I only get a +1.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking maybe you'd add it in your con score, because I was saying like your max HP is like your con mod.
Mm-hmm.
Well, your dice roll plus your con mod, so you might have just added 13 and just probably overlooked it. But you should be at 9 total from level 1, and then
Right.
plus the 6 would put you at 15.
Plus. Okay.
I'm a little lost in the sauce as well. Like I put in the XP on D&D Beyond, and then I think it automatically did the HP.
That's what I thought it did to him too.
It might have been the same thing.
So yours takes the when you increase it, it'll just take like the average, right away. So just roll 1d10 instead of the 2.
Talking to me? My bad.
No, May. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay.
My bad, I interrupted.
Okay. Well, that was better than both your rolls, so that's good.
Yeah. So then plus my Constitution modifier?
Yep, plus your con modifier, and then you'll add that. And I mean, for you being at level 1, it makes it easier. So you should have had 13 before, so it added 9. And I mean, that's pretty much what you needed. So yours actually just worked out to be right. You ended up rolling the average, and it gave you the average. So
Perfect.
So should I add my +6 from leveling up, or just leave it as it is so you can double check it? What do you want to do?
well, I mean, for yours, I already know that it was wrong because we're really early in the game, so I can figure exactly where we are. So
Okay.
yours should have just been 9, and then if you add the +6, you can increase your HP from where you have it from 13 to 15.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm up to a solid 21 now.
Dang.
Oh, that's awesome.
What the hell you got going on?
A lot of con and a good roll.
Yep.
Oh, new tank.
That's what I was kind of always gonna be.
Right.
Yeah, I
Guess I can
remember the
step
first
back
tank
now.
I made. I think our wizard had more HP than me at one point.
Oh no.
Damn,
I was
that
rolling a
sucks.
lot of ones. I was like, well,
Yeah,
this sucks.
that's D&D, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that's the nice side about taking the average. Like, you're gonna get like a guaranteed amount, but like if you roll and you roll really good, then you can start to like be double ahead of what you would have been.
Right.
Yeah, so it's okay just to take the average that D&D Beyond gives us.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I
It's
think
a
I'm gonna do
choice.
that.
The average is not a bad way to go. It is very safe.
And if, like, I mean, for you, for an example, and I say this in the nicest way, if you're having a really
Mhm.
bad night rolling, it's probably better that you take the average.
Mhm. Yeah, no, thank you. And it's like, so I'm multi-classing in the wizard, so I'm working with a D6 here, so it's like, like really, how much more upside do I have? Not a ton.
Mm,
Cool. Okay. Good deal.
I'm trying to figure out how to add HP right now. I'm still at 13. I see heal and damage. I might be in the wrong place, or most
If you
likely.
click on it, you can go to override max and put in the correct number, and it'll switch your HP to that.
Yeah, I'm looking. Oh, okay, I see override max. Gotcha. Okay, so when
Yep.
you just go up to the total on override max.
Yeah, you put whatever you want your max HP to be according to
Okay,
what your stat should be,
Mhm.
and it'll override it.
mine should be 15. Cool. Gotcha. Thanks.
I just figured it out myself.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
I should
I
have
was
caught the
wondering.
13 thing before, but
Yeah.
I had it like for whatever reason in my mind it's stuck that you guys are all fighters, and I'm gonna
Oh,
go ahead and just blame Adachi there.
yeah. Why not?
Because we had to talk about his character for a while, and I was like like you don't have to be a fighter, right? And he was like, well, it makes sense and everything. I was like, okay, well, I mean, that's the way you want to play it. I'm not going to argue. So then I just thought that everyone did the same thing for whatever reason. So when I
Gotcha.
saw your 13, I was like, oh, he's just got a
Makes
high
sense.
con mod, and I didn't even think
No,
about it.
not at all. Not at all.
So, but yeah, I should have caught that earlier. So apologies. But other than
Cool.
that, if anyone has any questions, we can get those answered right now. But if not, we'll go ahead and end the session here. For as you guys all wake up for day 2 of your training.
Mm.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
For like, for example, at second level, I get 2 first level ranger spells. Is that something that we would like role play out, me learning 2 spells, or could I go ahead and add them to my character sheet?
You can role play them if you'd like. Like how, just for an example, like sometimes like when I introduce new spells, or perhaps like my character is stronger after like an ability score improvement. Like when I'm getting close to that point, like I'll have my character start doing like a bunch of push-ups or something stupid like that. But it's like when you learn like a spell, it's nothing that you like. It's just like a natural gift, I guess you could say.
Cool. And the other thing is like the class features. Like for example, for ranger, I have some features that have to do with like hunting and like my like favorite terrain and my like favored what's it called, foe or whatever. Is that something that we like RP out, or can we just say like
Nope.
that I have those?
You can just say them with the information that you guys have been given, not only through in-game, but like when we were going over in session 0 as well. Like everywhere here is like an Arctic environment.
Right.
So that makes the most sense for like favorite terrain. And from what Leo was telling each of you, gnolls are the most abundant of enemies.
Right.
So if you wanted to choose gnolls, you could. If you wanted to choose orcs or something else, that you're more than welcome to. But that's your preference.
Okay, cool.
I had a quick question as well.
Sure.
As far as fighting styles are concerned for the fighter, will there be opportunities to change the fighting style, or is that locked in stone?
So if I'm not mistaken, Tasha's gives you the ability to change it.
Yeah, it does. It says you can do it anytime you have an ability score improvement level. I think
Mhm.
that's what it said.
Yeah, I think that's how it is as well. If that is the case, and that is how if we're correct and how we both remember it, you can change it on your ability score improvements, like your subclasses and stuff. I don't mind that.
Okay, cool. I was just wondering about that.
Especially for this group, because just for like an example, um, I mean, other than you and Shot Dog, I think that most of just you two have like the most experience that I'm aware of. I think Ant might have some good experience with D&D too, but I know for sure like this is literally uh Monkey's second character. So I definitely wanted to leave like the options on the table for at least changing your subclasses.
Works for me. Because I was just looking through these again, and there's one that might be better in the long run for me. Which
Yeah.
I don't mind waiting till level 3 to switch it up.
Yeah, exactly. It's nothing too far like down the line, but there's some stuff that might be really good now, and then things that like more information you find out, figuring out like what you're gonna have to do, things like where you might have to go for an example, like switching it might be really beneficial. Now, keep in mind it will take time and cost as well. Cost not so much of a thing that you have to worry about, but the time maybe.
Right, okay. And I am talking about the fighting style, not the martial archetype, just for the record.
Yeah,
Which would
I'm pretty sure like it still is relatively like the same thing under the book, but
I don't think you can change your martial archetype, because that's like your warrior subclass. The fighting style is just like the two-handed fighting style where I get to reroll the ones and twos, versus the defensive fighting style where I can impose disadvantage or whatever.
oh yeah, well I'm looking at it right now. Then yeah, you'll actually only be able to like change your like martial archetype.
Is it only the martial one you can change?
Check in. The
I'm pretty
option.
sure it's the other way around where you can change your fighting style and not your martial archetype.
Yep, you're right.
Okay,
Wow,
cool. Just
there's some extra cool like abilities and stuff for like maneuver options that you get.
yeah, there's some cool stuff there. I was looking at Tunnel Fighter as a fighting style. That looks like it could be really useful.
Yeah, I mean there's some looks like there's some cool things to go through in there. But anybody else have anything before we get out of here?
No, I'm good.
Quick,
Thanks.
quick question on like preparing spells. This might affect Creep Telly too, but like so normally you prepare spells on a long rest, but I didn't know if that means like basically we go into the week and we have a set of prepared spells.
No, I'm
Like
gonna allow you to change them out every day.
okay, so like when we take a short rest, we can, assuming we have slots left, we can change up your what you prepared.
It's /R, not r/. Verk.
Thank
R
you.
slash is a very different thing.
Cool.
Yeah. So there's like some things that like I guess like a good way to put it is like a quality of life. If you had to try to predict exactly what was going to happen a week ahead of your character, you would probably screw yourself over, like with like the gritty realism and things of that nature. Because
Yep.
let's say, for an example, you guys find a dungeon. Well, if your original plan was just to go to a town and perhaps like talk or investigate some things that are going on there, then you're gonna obviously prepare different kinds of spells versus like going into a dungeon for potentially like heavy combat. So with like that kind of changing, well then, you know, that would be up to you to say like, well, you know, like we should go in there tomorrow, so that way like I can exchange my like learn new spells from my book and have other things ready. And the better thing for Cryptilia is that he gets like all of his spells since he's a cleric from the god. He just has to prep them each day.
Yeah.
Now, with spell slots, those usually regen on a long rest for the
Mhm.
most part. Does that mean that we're going to get our spells back on a weekly basis instead
Correct.
of daily? Okay.
That's why I was stopping Cryptilia from using his heal. Not like stopping him like, hey, well, you can't do that, but like letting him know, like as like a friendly reminder, you know, you guys have 2 spells essentially at level 1 for those who can cast them.
Yep.
So using 50% of them could be pretty detrimental. And that's not a bad HP roll there, Vrek, but you do get to roll a D10 because you're a ranger.
All right, my bad.
No, I didn't expect you to know that off the top of your head. That's what I'm here for. Both the 6. So with yours, going up to level 2, you will be at 18 total HP.
All right.
Solid.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't trying to like rush you guys through the RP, but I wanted to get you guys at this point, 1 for the leveling up because I figured there'd be some questions, and 2 to go over how like the short rest kind of works for your HP, and then today next week in our time, but when you wake up with your characters, I do believe it will be. Ooh, I gotta check the dates.
Yeah, 11.
No. In game. I'm sorry, not for us.
Oh, I was like, man. 7 days.
Yep. We started on March 20th, so today or like the next day when you all wake up will be March 21st. Try to keep the months the same, because if I were to like make up names for like the months and things like that, you guys are gonna kind of have an idea of what it means, but it's actually easier to keep track because now I sit in front of me with 3 like office-sized calendars and write down all the important events in those. But if anyone's got anything to say before we get out of here, you can say your goodbyes. If not, then get us signed off.
I really love your map of the castle.
It already feels like home.
Thanks. One of my buddies suggested using this map like maker tool, and I was like, I basically like messaged him like a couple days later. I was like, "Why'd you do this to me?" And he's like, "What?" And I was like, "There's so much stuff you can do with this. It's addicting." So, like, just for an example, like these torches right here, you can add like a little bit of like light to it to give them the illumination, and then if like you can even see through your doors where it lets the light in, because those are doors that are like unlocked where you can like open them, but if the doors were locked and closed, like there would be no light going through there. So it adds like a lot of different cool effects that I liked. It started getting really into it, but other than that, for me, all my affiliates up in the top left corner of the screen that everyone sees. Appreciate everyone being here tonight, checking us out, and all the links for the affiliates, my Discord server, YouTube, Twitter, all that good stuff are found down below. Tomorrow night is up in the air at the moment. We have a group getting ready to go into a dungeon, but one player might have to work, which due to their location, I'm not going to try to play if a person's missing, because it's, they're going into a dungeon, so there's going to be lots of stuff to do in there, and who knows what'll happen. So don't want a person to lose their character if they're not there by any means. That would piss me the fuck off personally. Other than that, Wednesday we'll have Tomb of Annihilation, then Thursday and Friday back to more Elista, and see where the week takes us from there. Other than that, everyone have a good week, and I will see everyone next week unless something comes up in our plans.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Next
Y'all take it easy.
See you next
Been a
week,
pleasure.
everybody.
Bye,
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah,
Alright.
see you guys.
Bye, everybody.